Hi there, Mr. Holcomb here again with another episode of The Math Behind the Modules. Okay, this is lesson 26, percent of a quantity. Classwork, example 1. 5 of the 25 girls on Alden Middle School soccer team are 7th grade students. 5 of the 25. Find the percentage of 7th graders on the team. So there's 25 girls that are in 7th grade, 5 are on the middle school soccer team. Show 2 different ways of solving the answer. One of the methods must include a diagram or picture model. Okay, so let's do that first. I would choose a double number line. And when we do that, we have to make sure we label our model. So if I'm going to put percentages up here, and then say students down here, or girls, I'm going to put right here. So if there were 0 girls on the soccer team, there'd be 0% playing. If there were 5 girls, or 10, or 15, or 20, and then the total was 25, so we can stop there. So if it's all of them, that's 100%. So we have 25 girls at 100%. Well, that is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 different values we use. So if I take 100 divided by 5, that will equal 20. So if you see what I'm doing here, this is going to be 20%, 40%, 60%, and 80%. And then add another 20, we're at 100. Okay? So now to answer the question, it says 5 girls, what's the percentage? Let's try that again. 5 girls, what's the percentage? And the answer is 20%. Another way we could do it is take the ratio that we were given, 5 out of 25, and I know I need it to be something out of 100, because that's what percent means. Percent means out of 100. So what am I going to multiply by to get that 100? 25 times what is 100? Okay, so 25 times 4 is 100, so I need to multiply the top and the bottom by 4, because 4 divided by 4 is 1, and 5 over 25 times 1 is still 5 over 25, so it's still equivalent. So 5 times 4 is 20. So 20 out of 100 is 20%. So there's 2 ways we can do that. Okay, now let's move on to example 2. Example 2 says, of the 25 girls on the Alden Middle School soccer team, 40% play. So of the 25, 40% also play on a travel team. How many of the girls on the middle school team also play on a travel team? So there's 25 girls on the middle school soccer team. Okay? And 40% of them also travel. So what is the answer to that? Well, we can do this again. So if I draw a diagram, a 2-number diagram, two-line diagram, I'm sorry, not 2-number, 2-line diagram, and this is percent, and this is girls on the team, Obviously, if there aren't any, that's 0%. And we're going to set up the same thing. So 20, 40, 60, 80, 100, 1 or 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. Okay, so let me just fill all this in. I'm just copying what we did before. Okay. All right. So now we want the 40%. So 40% is right here. So the answer is 10 girls. Another method would also be to do it algebraically, like we did up above. So I'll do that again. So now it says, of the 25 girls, 40% play on a travel team. Well, 40 is percent is 40 over 100 equals some number over 25. So to go from 100 to 25, I had to divide by 4. So if I divide 40 by 4, then x would equal 10. Okay? All right, next question. Example 3. The Alden Middle School girls soccer team won 80% of the games this season, and they won 12 games. How many games did it play? Solve the problem using at least 2 different methods. Well, let's start with 80% equals, let me write that. 80% means 80 out of 100. And they won 12 games. How many did they play? So 80% of 100 is 12 out of the total 100% of the games. So the 100% are on the bottom. Total games, 100 is total. All right. I haven't discussed this yet, but no time like the present. It's called cross multiplication. So when I have an equal sign in between 2 fractions, then I cross multiply, which is 80x equals, and then I'm going to multiply this cross. 12 times 100 is 1,200. And then finally, I'm going to divide both sides by 80, so I get x by itself. So these 80s cancel, and I get x equals, and I can cancel those zeros, and then I can just do some reducing. They're both even numbers. Half of 120 is 60, half of 8 is 4, half of 60 is 30, half of 4 is 2, half of 30 is 15, half of 2 is 1, so the answer is 15 games. Okay, they won 12 out of 15 games. Then I can check. It's always a good idea to check. 12 out of 15, does that equal 80 over 100? So then I'd have to ask myself, what did I multiply 15 by to get 100? Okay, 100 divided by 15. Well, 15 and 15 is 30, and another 15 is 45, and another 15 is 60, another 15 is 75, another 15 is 90. Or we can reduce. Okay, what will go into 12? What will go into 15? 3 will go into 12 4 times. 3 will go into 15 5 times. This makes it easier. 4 times 20, 5 times 20, 80, 100. Okay? So rather than saying 15 and 15 and 15 and 15, reduce this and then see how many times that number will go into 100. Okay. There's one way. it says to do at least 2 different methods. Please read questions and the directions, because if you stopped right here, that's only one, you'd only get partial credit. So another way we could do this is our 2-line diagram. This is percent. This is games. So 0 games is 0%. And let's go by threes because we have a value of 12. We want to look for something. We could go by threes. We'll try threes. The problem with the 2-line diagram is not knowing what numbers to use. Unless you know the answer, there's different numbers that will work better than others. Okay, I'm just going to put a bunch of numbers up there. So what's 100%? We don't know the answer to this. So how are we going to break it down? Well, let's do 20% for starters to see if it works. This may not work exactly the first time. So this isn't the best way to do it. Okay, it's a little messy, so let me try it again. Still trying to get used to writing with this new device that they gave me, but it's getting better. Okay. So I don't need this 18 because we aren't going to go over 100%. So 100%. So 80% of the games was 12. 80 lines up with 12, okay, right here. And then so the way we did this, we could have done it that way. 80% is 12. We could have started with 12 and 80 right here and then gone down and up a certain amount. But if you do see that this does come out, 100% is 15 because we went up 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 18, 20, 40, 60, 80, 100. We went up with the same constant proportionality. Okay. Exercise 1. There are 60 animal exhibits at the local zoo. What percent of the zoo's exhibits does each animal represent? Okay. Well, you have to understand that percent is out of 100 and total is 100%. So we need to know total. So the first thing they tell us in this question is there are 60 animal exhibits at the zoo. Okay, exhibits by animal class, number of exhibits, percent of the total number of exhibits. So if I take 30 plus 15 is 45, and 12 is 57, and 3 is 60, then that definitely does add up to 60. So I do want to check that. So 60 is 100%. So it says what percent? Well, 60 is the total, so percent is the number we're given divided by the total. So I take the 30 they gave us and divide by 60. Well, that reduces to 1 over 2. That's a half. Well, a half is equivalent to 50 over 100 if we want to go to percent. So that is 50%. Okay. 15, let me change color so you can decipher. So we're going to do this again. 15 divided by 60 equals 5 will go into 15 3 times. 5 will go into 60 12 times. 3 will go into 3 1 time. 3 will go into 4 or 12 4 times. So this is a quarter. Well, what's a quarter of 100? It's 25. It's over 100. So when we get to the 25 over 100, we know that's 25%. If you're really good with money, what's a quarter of a dollar? 25 cents. Cents is a percent of 100 cents. Okay. All right, 12. 12 divided by our total, reduce, half of 12 is 6, half of 60 is 30, and 6 will go into 30 5 times, so it's 1/5. Well, 5 will go into 100 20 times, so it's going to be 20 out of 100. So that's 20%. And then finally 3. 3, let me change colors. Use blue. 3 divided by 60 reduces to 1 over 20. Well, 20 will go into 100 5 times. So that's 5 100ths. So that is 5%. And then we need to check. 50 plus 25 is 75, plus 20 is 95, plus 5 is definitely 100%. So we did it correctly. Okay? All right, number 2. A sweater is regularly $32. It's 25% off the original price this week. Would the amount the shopper saved be considered the part, whole, or percent? Would the amount the shopper saved? Okay. Well, $32 is the whole, the regular price. The amount they saved is not the percent. The 25% is what we were given percent. So it has to be the part. Okay? The whole was $32. The sweater is a regular price of $32. That's the whole price, the whole. 25% is the percent. So anything left is the part. So it would be the part because 32 is the whole and 25 is the percent. Okay? It would be the part. Okay, so now B says, how much would a shopper save by buying the sweater this week? So I would take the $32, 32 bucks, and I'm going to multiply it by 25%. Well, what is 25% as a fraction? It's 25 over 100. Right, percent means out of 100. But that's a big number, so we can reduce that. So then I can say, well, let's make this easier and say $32, and 25 will go into 100 4 times, so reduce 25, and it becomes a quarter. And a student today had said, oh, you mean that means divide by 4? Oh, of course, yes. Because if I take 32 times the numerator 1, that's 32, and then divide it by 4, taking a quarter, as long as the numerator is 1, 1/3 we're dividing by 3, 1/2 we're dividing by 2, 1/4 we're dividing by 4, 1/5 we divide by 5, and so on. So this really just means 32 divided by 4, and that would be $8. So how much would the shopper save? The shopper would save $8. Be careful with the question. It could have said how much did the shopper pay, and then we would have to have subtracted. And who knows, maybe the next question does say that. No. Okay, so a pair of jeans was 30% off the original price. The sale resulted in a $24 discount. Is the original price of the jeans considered the whole, the part, or the percent? Well, again, there's the percent, there's the percent. A discount is a part. A discount is a part. So, by elimination, the original price is the whole price. Okay, B. What was the original cost of the jeans before the sale? Show the method for finding your answer. Okay, so now here's what's going to happen. Discount. The discounted price equals the whole price minus the percent of the discount. Okay, how could I word this? Let me try that again. I don't want to confuse. If we set this up as an equation, we can say let S equal sale price. Okay. Let the discount price be D. And let the discount be the percent P. That's a P. Okay, so we have a sale price, discount price. No, I don't want to call that discount price. Let's change that to whole price. We already have sale price. That is the discounted price. So let's make W the whole price. So we have a sale price, the whole price, and the amount we discounted. Okay, there we go. So what was the original cost of the jeans before the sale? Well, whole price equals what we're going to discount, and then we're going to subtract that from. So we're going to take the how can we do this? Let me pause a sec. Okay, didn't want to confuse you there, so I wanted to pause. The sale price is going to equal the whole price minus what we're discounting the whole price. My apologies there. So what was the original cost of the jeans before the sale? So we know the jeans were 30%, and that's our percent discount. So that's 30 over 100. That's our P. Okay, I'll put that in parentheses. The sale resulted in a $24 discount. What was the original cost of the jeans before the sale? So the whole price, we don't know, but we know the sale price resulted in a $24 discount. Not like it. Okay, part B. What was the original cost of the jeans before the sale? Well, they gave us a discount price of $24. Okay, that's the discount price. 30% is 30 over 100. So I want to find out what 24 is a portion of. So I don't know what the total it was if the discount price is 24, and 24 is 30% off. So the 30% equals 24. The total is what we're looking for. So here's how we set up our equation. I'm going to cross multiply, and I get 30x. Okay, and then I'm going to cross multiply, and I'm going to get 2,400, and then I'm going to divide both sides by 30. These 30s cancel, so x, our original price, is 240 divided by 3, or $80. So the original cost of the jeans before the sale was $80. 30% of 80 is 24. 8 times 3 is 24. And subtract 24 from 80 and you get the sale price. Okay, so the sale price was $56. Another method again would be the two-line diagram. So if I do this and 0%, this is percent, this is money, so $0 is 0%. And if we go by tens, okay, drag that out a little further. Okay, so let's switch these since I don't want to rewrite all this. So let's make this percent down here and make this dollars. So in order to figure this out, we know that we were discounting 30% was $24. So right here, I'm going to put 24. And there are 1, 2, 3 marks to get to 24. So 24 divided by 3 is 8. So that's 8, plus 8 is 16, plus 8 is 24. And now we can go 32, plus 8 is 40, plus 8 is 48, plus 8 is 56, plus 8 is 64, plus 8 is 72, plus 8 is 80. Okay. Now we just have to answer the question. And we wanted to know what a 30, or what the price was. So that's 100%. 100% of the price was $80. Okay. Number 4. Purchasing a TV that is 20% off will save $180. Name the different parts with the words part, whole, percent. 20% off, percent. $180, part. Original price, whole. What was the original price of the TV? Show 2 methods for finding your answer. Okay, so let's do the diagram first. Okay, let me move that down a little. All right, so I'll put percent up here and 0%. And then across the bottom, what are we trying to figure out? Price? Dollars? Okay. So let's go in increments of 10. But actually, let's see, what were we given? A TV of 20%. So we have to make sure we pick a value that's going to include this. So if I go by 15%, it's going to be 15, 30, and 20 is not included. 5, 10, 15, 20 is going to be a lot of writing. Let's try 10%, and it will save us $180. So if I go 10, and I won't write the percents here because of the room and the time. 30, 40, 50, 60, and so on, and so on, and 100. There's 100%. I will write the percent here so we can keep track. All right, so then over here, we're going to have 10 marks lining up. But I want this value to be included, 180. And we know it was 20%. So my 180 is right here, straight across from 20%. 20% is 180. So what do I have to do to go 2 marks to get 180? 180 divided by 2 is 90. So 90 and 180, 9 times 3 is 270. 90 times 4 is 360. And 450, 540, 630, 720, 810, $900. Now we can answer the question. What was the original price of the TV? That's the whole price. That's the 100% portion. And it was $900. Okay, that is a 9. $900. Okay. Now let's move down and do it again. Okay, their footer is kind of in the way here, but we'll see. Keep in mind that 20% is out of 100, meaning 20 100ths. I want to know what the total is when the 20% is 180. So again, I'm going to cross multiply. So that's 20x. And then I'm going to cross multiply. 100 times 180 is 1 8 and 3 zeros, 18,000. Divide both sides by 20, and the 20s cancel here. Divide this by 20, zeros cancel, and now we get x equals 1,800 divided by 2 is $900. Same as this one here. Okay, so we can set it up a proportion and solve, or we could do a diagram. Okay, so the lesson summary says models and diagrams can be used to solve percent problems. Tape diagrams, 10 by 10 grids, should double number line diagrams, and others can be used in a similar way, using them with ratios to find the percent, the part, the whole. Okay, so that was a fairly lengthy lesson. Go do your problem set.